Hi, we're going to derive the compound interest formula, which is written right here. And I have the variables defined where interest is represented with an I. A is final amount, P is principal, R is annual percentage rate, N is the number of times compounded per year, and T is the time in years. And we're given the formula for interest, which is just your principal times your rate. And then the amount is the principal plus the interest. And so if this happens again and again and again in times within a year or whatnot, then we say it's compounded. And what happens is your new amount is going to be your old principal plus the interest earned during a certain specific time. And then you'll get to gain interest on your new principal. So we're going to start with putting this in here so we can kind of get a formula that you'll recognize a little bit. So now I can substitute PR in for I, and then I can make it look a little bit more like the compound interest formula by just factoring out a P. Okay, so that's your first amount with the principal added onto it. And then what happens is when we are compounding it and we're going to do a second amount, this here becomes our new principal. So the second time, and I'll just do this, is going to be our new principal. Forgive my writing. Plus the P times R, so the new principal again, times the rate. So this here is the same formula as this one right here. It just has the new principal, which has the interest compounded onto it. So we will, again, make this look a little different by factoring out this common factor of P times 1 plus R. And then we're left with 1 plus R. So I'll rewrite that, and it looks like 1P times 1 plus R, but that quantity is squared. Okay, so that's the second time that we had interest on a principal. If we do it again, just for fun, and I know it gets a little messy here, we're going to take this principal now, which is again our new principal, and then we're going to add it to the principal times the rate. So we got P times 1 plus 2. Why did I do 2? I don't know. Plus R, 2 times R. Okay. And as you can see, when I factor out this common factor, then I'm left with 1 plus R, and I can rewrite it as this. So what's happening is every time I'm compounding it, that becomes my exponent. So what happens when we're compounding within a year? Within a year, you're going to have to divide this annual interest rate. Okay, so let's just kind of, we'll use this here as, let's say it's compounded quarterly. So to do that, I will have to do one more of these. And I think we can just kind of jump right to this, but with the power of 4. But note that this is going to be now divided by 4. because my annual interest rate is annually. And if I'm compounding it 4 times within a year, then that means we're going to have to divide that annual rate by 4. And then this is 4 up here. So this is within 1 year. So within 1 year, so we're saying times 1 up there. So instead of saying specifically compounded quarterly and specifically 1 year, we're just going to use some variables. We have our P for principal. This is a number 1 plus our annual percentage rate is R divided by N. And that is the variable we use, number of times compounded per year. And then we're going to have to carry that N up here. And then this is going to be how many years. So we will throw a T in there for time in years. You will see that this formula then looks just like the one we were supposed to derive. If I can draw it. Circle. Yay!